Hey, brother. Um, so, yeah, this video is gonna be, whatever I did in the last few weeks, if I can remember what that is. I made notes. I guess first, I've been missing people a lot lately, like, because there seem to be a lot of little, like, factors, all these little things that, like, remind me of people. Like, there was a guy playing the penny whistle in the street the other day, and I went, oh, I miss Paul Webster, and how he told me about how, like, buying penny whistles in the States was a crapshoot because you can't try them out and all these little things. And, like, the song they were playing in the supermarket the other day was, like, a song we listened to in the costume shop, and all these little things are just kind of making me sad. But been working through that. We have some things. There's I bought the other day, because I miss Heather and Eric and the theater department and Matt and Ben and everybody like that, a whole container of gay bacon that says sorry you're leaving. I actually read it as sorry for leaving for the longest time, so that was weird and dyslexic, but it's really exciting and it makes me happy. So there's that. And then I also have this, which is probably one of the greatest things I think I own. He makes little noises. So it's just the greatest thing ever. And Peggy and I sit and watch TV, and I just sit and hold him and play with his little feet because he has the cutest little feet. Yay. Last weekend we did this thing called a homestay weekend, where we stayed with a local family. We left Saturday morning and then we came back Sunday night, so it wasn't very long. But Liz and I stayed with a family. They had 3 little girls who were 2, 5, and 6. The 2-year-old was named Martha, and she was just funny and adorable. And she was quite vocal and loved telling us how she was a big girl and how awesome she was, and it was just hysterical. Eleanor was the 5-year-old, and she was actually pretty quiet, but when you started to spend a little more time with her, she opened up, and she was pretty cool. And then the oldest girl was named Hannah, so she clung to me the entire weekend, quite literally. She was very bossy, and it was kind of funny, because I was like, oh look, it's me as a child. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry, world. Okay. But it was funny because we were playing school, and she goes, I'm going to teach you how to sew. Do you know how to sew? And I go, oh yeah. And she goes, well, can you sew these badges onto my shirt? And I was like, okay. So I sat there and just literally, like, sewed the badges onto her shirt, and she looks over a few minutes later and apparently did not expect me to actually be able to do it, because she was very surprised, and her mom came in and goes, what are you doing? And I go, I just sewed this badge onto her shirt. And she goes, oh, well, thank you. I guess that's a job I don't have to do. And on Saturday we went to the Coombe Landscape Park, which kind of reminded me of Glensheen, but bigger and older and kind of better. We didn't actually get to go into the house, but we walked all around the grounds, and there were these cool statues, and there was a lake and some bridges, and that was pretty cool. We had fish and chips for dinner Saturday night, and I had mushy peas, which were actually really good. And I actually freaked my host mother out, because she asked us if we wanted mushy peas, and I went, yes! And she freaked out, and so then I had to explain that my mom and my aunt went to London, and my mom wanted mushy peas, but my aunt wouldn't let her have any, because Tracy, they're just mushy peas. So they never had any, so it was actually a goal of mine to have mushy peas while I was here, and I accomplished that, and it's exciting, and they were actually really good. And I learned I'm not allergic to fish anymore, so that's exciting. On Sunday we had we had duck and beef, and they invited the grandparents over, and we had a big Sunday dinner that was really nice. And because Liz and I are from America, obviously we know how to make pumpkin pie from scratch, and we did. We knew how to roast the pumpkin, and then figured the rest out with the internet. And there were too much egg. It was a little weird, but it was good. It was okay. I've never actually had pumpkin pie before, because I've always had pumpkin cheesecake, so that was a little weird, but it was okay. It was nice. So yeah, that's about it. We've been having classes. That's exciting. In my film class, we watched the beginning of Serenity like 3 times, so that was cool. But it's, you know, classes for 3 hours once a week, it takes a little getting used to. And my attention span is not nearly that long, so that's interesting. But it's been good. In my theater class, we had to like recite Hamlet and like the to be or not to be speech, and I felt like I was at a disadvantage because I didn't have a British accent. But that worked out well. It was okay. So yeah, that's cool. That's about it. If you have any questions, you should ask them because I don't know really what to put in these movies. And I'm working on a tour of Worcester, so you can kind of see what it's like, or how we go from campus into town, or into the city center, I guess it's called. So when we go there, so that should be exciting. So yeah, and happy birthday, Jonah.